Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Derek Martinez. During a press conference on Monday, Governor Josh Shapiro addressed questions from reporters regarding rumors that he might be tapped to run as Kamala Harris's vice presidential nominee. Shapiro told reporters that he had spoken with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris a few minutes after Biden issued his announcement to drop out of the 2024 presidential race on Sunday. The topic of conversation, Shapiro said, was defeating former President Donald Trump. At the press conference, Shapiro praised President Biden for being an extraordinary public servant and expressed his confidence that Vice President Harris was ready to be president.
President Biden has often remarked that one of the most important decisions he had to make was selecting a vice president. And in that, he selected Vice President Harris, who has been by his side as this nation has built ourselves back and made extraordinary progress. President Biden yesterday endorsed Vice President Harris, as did I, as did many across this country. Not only because of how honorably she has served in the past, but how absolutely ready she is to be president and to be the standard bearer for our party.
When pressed about the possibility of being tapped as the vice presidential nominee, Shapiro said that he did not want to engage in hypotheticals, but that he had full confidence that Harris would pick the best person for the American people.
She will now have to make an important decision, as then candidate Biden had to make, and that is who to run with, who should be her running mate. That's a deeply personal decision, and a decision that should be made really free from any political pressure. It's a decision she needs to make, who she wants to govern with, who she wants to campaign with, and who can be there to serve alongside her when she serves as, God willing, the 47th President of the United States. She will make that decision when she is ready, and I have all the confidence in the world that she will make that decision along with many others in the best interests of the American people.
The press conference was held in Pittsburgh on Monday. Crews responded to a 2-apartment house fire on Tuesday morning in West Pittston. Fire crews were dispatched to the 600 block of Jenkins Street around 1 a.m. for reports of smoke coming from the building. West Pittston Fire Chief John Hood said that the fire was likely started in the attic. Crews worked to put out the fire for approximately 4 hours. The house is considered a total loss. A man from Weatherly has been charged with fleeing from police after leading officers on a high-speed chase. According to police, Michael Allen was first pulled over by officers on Friday, July 19th, for driving with a DUI suspended driver's license. When offered a ride back to his residence, officers say Allen refused to exit the vehicle. Allen then reportedly fled in the vehicle when a tow company arrived on the scene. Officers say they began pursuing Allen through Weatherly and into Beaver Meadows. However, police say Allen was traveling at dangerous speeds with a reckless disregard for his own safety and the safety of the public. As a result, officers say they ended the chase for safety reasons and a warrant was issued for Allen's arrest. Allen was later taken into custody and transported to the Carbon County Correctional Facility. Allen has been charged with fleeing or attempting to elude an officer, resisting arrest, reckless driving, and driving while suspended, among other charges in connection with the incident. Coming up on Wyln News, police investigate a series of thefts in Wilkes-Barre. Plus, a man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Wyln News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner. We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. WYLN and Lehigh Valley Health Network will be showcasing an inside look at local farmers, the nutritional benefits of farm-to-table living, all summer long and into the fall, fresh from the farm. See what great, fresh food you can pick up every Wednesday on WYLN TV 35. Fresh from the Farm, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network. Your health deserves a partner. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to talk all about car accidents and car insurance. How car insurance covers chiropractic care, so stay tuned. This time of year with the holidays, everybody's traveling. Tune into the show.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Police are searching for a man who they say stole from 2 stores in Wilkes-Barre. According to the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department, officers are trying to identify the man shown on screen who stole items from Target and Home Depot. The suspect was seen fleeing in a white Kia Soul. Anyone with information on the suspect's whereabouts is asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department at 570-208-4635, extension 363. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Robert Hester is wanted for theft of services. He is known to have ties to the Tamaqua area. Anyone with information regarding Hester's whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The City of Wilkes-Barre will be conducting a cleanup on Thursday, July 25th at the encampment in the riverfront area of Kirby Park. According to officials, the encampment, which is resided by several homeless people, will be thoroughly cleaned and cleared on the 25th, beginning at 7 a.m. Personal belongings left at the encampment by 6 a.m. will be considered abandoned property. A list of emergency shelters have been provided by the City of Wilkes-Barre in response to the cleanup, including the Keystone Mission Overnight Shelter on East Union Street. In addition, Helpline, the 24-hour information and referral service, can be contacted at 570-829-1341 for information about shelter and services. City officials say the cleaning process will be completed by the end of Friday, July 26. Coming up on Tamaqua's News Choice, Chris Fuller leads us down the path through history with Catawissa Part 2. Plus, we discuss tips for senior drivers on Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
By the 1830s, a former Catawissa resident was making a stir north of the U.S. border. Samuel Lount had been born in Catawissa in 1791. By 1811, he had immigrated to Holland Landing in Ontario, then known as Upper Canada, where he worked as a blacksmith. Times were tense in Ontario during the first decades of the 19th century, as many working-class residents were increasingly frustrated at the small circle of elites known as the Family Compact that controlled almost every facet of the government of Upper Canada. Numerous American immigrants to the area infused the opposition with a spirit of republicanism that increased the pressure for change. Samuel Lount himself was inspired to run for office after the expulsion of reformist Representative William Lyon Mackenzie from the Canadian Provincial Assembly. Lount was elected to this body in 1834 as a member of the Upper Canada Central Political Union. He would be defeated for re-election in 1836, but believed the vote had been fraudulent. By 1837, things had reached a head in Ontario, as Mackenzie organized a constitutional convention for reformists. Lount was elected as a delegate to the convention and organized the men there in preparation for rebellion. Inspired by an uprising in Quebec around the same time, the rebels planned to march on Toronto on December 7, 1837 and take control of the government. Lount and the rebel forces, under the overall command of Anthony Van Egmond, organized Montgomery's Tavern in Eglinton to prepare for the march to Toronto. But government troops arrived before they could depart, and in a fierce battle they drove the rebels from the field. Following the insurgents' defeat at the Battle of Montgomery's Tavern, the Upper Canada Rebellion largely collapsed. Samuel Lount tried to flee back to the United States in the aftermath of the battle, but was captured before he could cross the border. He was convicted of treason, and despite 35,000 Ontarians signing a petition asking for clemency for him, Lount was hanged in Toronto on April 12, 1838. Today, his name lives on in the form of several streets and lakes throughout Ontario that have been named in his honor. Back in America, covered bridges started rising across the country in the first half of the 19th century. There are many theories over why this design proved popular, one of them being that they provide comfort to horses that might be skittish at crossing water, making them think they were instead entering a barn. In the Catawissa area, the Hollingshead Covered Bridge would rise over Catawissa Creek on Old Reading Road just north of the borough in 1851. Built by Peter Ent at a cost of $1,180 and named in honor of Henry Hollingshead, who owned a mill nearby, the Burr Truss-style bridge stretched 116 feet across the creek. It remains open to vehicular traffic today, one of just over 200 covered bridges still standing in present-day Pennsylvania. The Hollingshead Covered Bridge was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1979. Catawissa in the 1840s had more people than the eventual Columbia County seat Bloomsburg. The coming of the railroads to Catawissa in the years to come would prove a harbinger of the good times for the community. The town had missed out on the sweeping canal boom in America over the previous decades when the North Branch Canal had been constructed on the opposite side of the Susquehanna, despite a push by local businessman Christian Brobst to have a second canal built all the way to Philadelphia. Eventually, Brobst abandoned the canal plan and pushed for a railroad to reach Catawissa instead. Plans were drawn up to do so, although funding issues delayed implementation for some years afterwards. Finally, in 1849, the Catawissa-Williamsport and Erie Railroad, later shortened to merely the Catawissa Railroad in 1860 after bankruptcy reorganizing, began construction toward Catawissa. The first engine, the Massachusetts, rolled into town on July 16, 1854, with engineer John Johnson at the throttle. The train made its first regularly scheduled run to Port Clinton the following day. The line would be extended to Milton and then to Williamsport as the years progressed. The Catawissa Railroad would be leased to the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad in 1872, and then bought out completely by the Reading in 1923. Other railroads also soon reached Catawissa in the ensuing years. The Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, reaching the town in 1857 and later part of the Delaware, Lackawanna and Westerns line. The Danville, Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre Railroad, later renamed to the Sunbury, Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre Railroad, which operated from 1870 to 1947. And the North and West Branch Railroad, opened for traffic in 1882 and bought out by the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1886. Catawissa became a major rail hub with so many lines running through, offering plenty of employment to locals, especially in the machine shops that opened in 1864. Today, Catawissa's railroad heritage lives on in a caboose motel on the south side of the borough. In June 1852, Catawissa residents and sisters-in-law Sarah Ann Thomas Boone and Asenath Thomas died young in their 20s, both from the complications of childbirth. Their lives have been ordinary enough from most perspectives, but both women were ultimately buried under iron coverings, making their final resting places hooded graves, also known as mort safes in England, where they are more common. It is not known why this was done for Boone and Thomas, although some theories include that it may have been simply for decorative purposes, or to keep away grave robbers, who all too often at this time in history would steal corpses from graves and sell them for research. Whatever the reason, both women rest today underneath what might be the only two hooded graves in the United States, in the fittingly named Hooded Grave Cemetery. Among the Catawissa's living, the town continued to expand as the decades progressed. Clark Harder opened a planing mill in 1865 that became one of the town's biggest employers. The Catawissa Opera House opened in 1869. Despite the name, it never actually hosted operas, although it was used for other forms of entertainment over the years. The building still stands in downtown Catawissa at 4th and Main Streets. The Catawissa Water Company would be formed in 1882. The Catawissa Public School, the first of its kind in Columbia County, also opened that year. It would house both the town high school and its elementary school up till 1962, when the high school would be merged into the Southern Columbia School District. The building remained the elementary school's home thereafter until 1976. Apartment buildings now stand on the site. In 1878 marked the founding of the Catawissa Military Band, which remains a community staple today, playing several live concerts a year.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to talk all about car accidents and car insurance. How car insurance covers chiropractic care, so stay tuned. This time of year with the holidays, everybody's traveling. Tune into the show.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another segment of Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrowski, Trooper and Public Information Officer. Today, I'm specifically talking to our senior citizens drivers. Yes, we know senior citizens are still driving. As long as you are healthy enough, your vision is good, your reaction time is good, you are still out there driving, and that's great. But you need to be aware that you need to follow the same traffic laws as everybody else. The biggest thing is we know in Pennsylvania you cannot text and drive. And yes, this is for all ages, right? A lot of senior citizens are texting, they're using social media. Please make sure you're not doing this while you are driving. That is illegal. Also, turn signals. Turn signals get overlooked. That's a primary violation, meaning police officers can pull you over for not using your turn signals. So make sure you use them. Also, stop signs. We need to come to a complete stop sign, okay? Now, senior citizens, if your health is declining, if you're on a prescription medication that says do not operate a motor vehicle, you have to adhere to this, because if you get pulled over, you do field sobriety test, and we prove that you are under the influence of a controlled substance, you can face a DUI, and this is all avoidable. If you are on something that says do not operate a motor vehicle, simply do not drive while you're taking that. Find other transportation, ask somebody for a ride, use public transportation, but it's not worth getting a DUI, especially in your senior ages. That's not worth it. So again, if you're on that medication, don't drive. Look out for somebody else to take you out. And you know, neighbors, family members, let's look after our senior citizen drivers. If we see a declining in health and vision, maybe they shouldn't be driving, then it's time to have a talk with their doctor and see, if necessary, to have their driver's license revoked. Let's keep an eye on each other and make sure that we keep each other and the road safe. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time here on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.